Hello, I'm Park Youngbin, the presenter of Team 4. The table of contents for our presentation today is as follows. This is a overall structure of our WorldOjet. The internal structure is not visible to the user. The cell is displayed on the embedded screen. When user enters the cell number, the cell is transported to the exit. Our sales targets are bedrooms, libraries, and dress room, and we can extend our sales targets. WorldOjet is useful for old people. When they are having trouble getting things of high and low streets, WorldOjet helps them by transporting items to the proper height. Also, if used in a daycare center, it can prevent children from having difficulty taking things out of high streets and safety accidents. Finally, it can also be applied to hospital room. Usually, there is trees next to the bed, so the space is narrowed and it is inconvenient for caregivers and patients. WorldOjet can be installed on the wall behind the bed to be useful. Next, WorldOjet has better spatial efficiency than General Closet. General Closet cannot store up to the ceiling, and it needs a space to take things out. Also, it needs an additional space to open the door. This is huge waste, but WorldOjet can store up to the ceiling, and it only needs space to actuate moving. So, the usable space increases by 20%. Next, previous y-axis mechanism, the scissor lift, will be changed because of limit of height, deformation, and stability. New mechanism of y-axis is the linear actuator. This is suitable for WorldOjet for the following reasons: less height limit, less deformation, better stability, and reasonable price it is. Let's see the linear actuator animation. The motor and gear rotate the lead screw in place and become longer as the engaged nut moves. Next is detailed design. The x-axis mechanism uses leg and pinion. Target driving speed is 200 mm per second for preferred operating speed. A reasonable torque requirement was found considering the load. And then considering torque and size, we find out the motor requirements are 100 mm of diameter and 40 rpm. So we selected 24-volt DC reduced motor. The price is 120,000 won and the rated torque is 72.9 kg/cm and the rated RPM is 44 RPM. Also, the Z-axis mechanism uses leg and pinion. The Z-axis drive don't require much torque but require a small size motor. Target driving speed is 100 mm per second and the motor requirements are 13 mm of diameter and 150 rpm. So we selected 24-volt DC double shaft motor. The price is 17,200 won and the rated torque is 0.2 kg/cm and the rated RPM is 150 RPM. Before creating a CAD drawing, each part on the market was selected and dimensioned. We tried to calculate the production cost and select the size of each board. Cells are stored and taken out. This is x-axis movement using a rotating motor and leg and pinion. The linear actuator will adjust the height along the y-axis. Moving the z-axis to take out the cell. Lastly, our future work it is. Thank you for your attention.